Alright, hopefully we are back. I'll give it a few seconds before I start the intro.
Yeah, remember you set up full map and telemetry, especially for quali.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it looks like we're up again.
Okay, hopefully we stay that way. Alright, little technical issue there. Let's see, I can't hear any cars.
Neither can I.
Hmm.
Yeah, no,
So,
I can. You just need to switch to someone who's driving.
okay. I'm
Like super.
on, yeah, I'm on board with Super Hum on, and I still can't hear any cars. Can it be heard on the broadcast?
I can check.
Little technical issue.
Switch to someone who's driving. I can check. Not what I could hear, no.
Alright, that's really troubling.
Check your partner mix, it might be that.
Okay.
Well, like, do you hear completely nothing?
Yeah, I have absolutely no, I have no car audio whatsoever. I've seen somebody else have this issue before, and I don't remember how they resolved it. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Okay. I went into the start menu and came back out and it fixed it, so.
Okay.
Alright, and you posted the link?
Yep, I'm just now.
Excellent. Alright, everyone. Sorry for the early technical issues, but hopefully that's all behind us. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody around the world tuning into PRL today. We're on board with Super Haman, giving us a little tour around Portugal. Looks like they've actually already invalidated this lap, so we'll move to somebody who hasn't. There we go. Get on board with Weird TV. I'm joined today by my teammate, the great Raleigh Hallinan. How are we doing today, Raleigh?
Yeah, sweet. It's a beautiful track. It's an even beautiful weather. Currently, we don't know about the race yet, but looks good. It's good.
Yeah, I think we'll have an entertaining race today. This track certainly does give that roller coaster feel. So, it's like Calces is first across the line here with a 117.
Okay. Well, do you know about a good time yet?
So I think we'll see these times come down as we go along. I've seen some of the guys' practice runs, and they definitely can get a little bit quicker than this. I think these are just some early banker laps.
Yeah, Sir Capulet just put in a 117.1 on the mediums. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
Adri with a 165.
Yeah, Adri giving us a good show, immediately breaking into the 16s here.
Yeah, I talked with some Series 1 drivers yesterday. They said that their goal was around a 116.7, but they thought that but they would be happy with a 117. So yeah, I think that this is a good showing of the pace differences.
Alright, I've hopped back on board with Callie Robb, who just set a session best first sector. So we'll see how Callie Robb can do here. Now this is a new track for PRL. I don't believe we've raced here at all. Now some of these drivers have probably put in plenty of laps here, I wouldn't doubt, but still a kind of a new track from a league perspective. So how do you think these drivers are gonna handle this? Do you think they've got enough practice in the last couple of weeks, or do you think we're gonna see some silly mistakes?
Oh well, that's a very good question. I mean, it's it's a race in the league for Premier, so they're going to put in everything for those points, no matter what it takes. So yeah, probably a lot of our fans on the game, especially for this track. So yes, a new track is often more either interesting or they just need to practice to extract those points. So I'm not sure though. Yeah, probably some silly mistakes. Yeah. Probably happen.
Well, it seems like we put down the commentator's curse on Cali Rob, who ran a little wide there in the last sector. Yeah. Right as he was trying to finish up that hot lap. So,
but what he did on the last lap, he actually, the last corner, he had it right to the inside of the corner. That's a bit low.
So, in talking about how to make sure that these drivers can really nail this track, we did a handful of interviews with some of the top 5 in our championship. Steinmine, who is currently holding second place in the championship with 323 points. Steinmine said that to learn this track, they'll start with some casual laps just to kind of figure out the best racing line. After those laps, they'll do a few push, and then after that, they know the track pretty well. So not a very extensive process for Steinmine. We also did an interview with Jer, who's holding third. Jer's plan is just to sweat it out until they feel like they've maximized the track and know which lines to take. So kind of a nose to the grindstone and keep pushing.
Yeah. But also, this track, it's very special because something that's very famous for the 2021 game is that the track is solid. Drive it however you want, but the curbs are deadly. Don't touch them. This track, I'll say that it's otherwise. The tarmac here wants to kill you.
Yeah, I can definitely understand where you're coming from on that. A lot of the curbs you can go over without too much of a concern. There are a handful on the track that'll get you if you're not paying attention, but for the most part, yeah, the curbs here are not too bad.
Yeah. Corners like I think it's turn 8. That's really hard. We've seen a lot of discussion around that corner, but also for me, the last corner, you can really feel the car stepping out there.
Right. Yeah, you have to really manage that understeer to maximize your time through that corner. Ooh, Cali Rob with a big spin right as we come on board. And Cali Rob's been disqualified for going the wrong way. That's definitely not his fault. That's the danger of this track is you lose control and you get put way off line. The game will just call you out and kick you. So unfortunate for Cali Rob there.
Yeah, that corner is another one because it's very special because you can really feel like you have the corner perfect. But if you have some tire wear, you just feel the car loosen out, and I'm not sure how, but it does it.
Yep. Yeah, it just takes one little mistake, and it all of a sudden throws you all the way down.
Yeah, something that I felt yesterday, where I lost 1 minute, because well, this track is very tired. It takes a lot from your tires. So you need to be careful, and if you spin, you're going to spin again. So you need to be really careful, especially on this game with the new tire model.
Yep, absolutely. So it looks like we're on board here with Super Haman, a new driver in the AlphaTauri, a new full-time driver, correct?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, putting it in up in P4.
Yeah.
Really solid lap.
Yeah, also, I want to get back to Cali Rob. He got a good time at 170 0, I think. It was a good time, but he'll now start from the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Cali Rob. Cali Rob, pretty consistent driver, currently holding 5th place in the championship with about 200 points. Just, this is not what he needed, especially at this midpoint of the season.
Yeah.
This is really where it gets to be crunch time. And if you're gonna step up and make a big run for the championship, now's about the last opportunity you get to do it.
Yeah, this is is this the 11th or 12th race? I think this is the 12th one.
It's the 11th. We're in round 11.
Okay, yeah. So off of this, we have reached the middle point. Time's gone so fast. You still remember Bahrain?
So we're back on board with Kelsey's here. One of the first drivers to set a lap, kind of a slower lap. So we're going to see if Kelsey's can kind of recover that time.
Good track to that corner.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you can really make it count. If you can get through there quickly, you can really set up the rest of your lap for success. Kelsey's down 3/10 on his time.
Purple sector 2. Promising.
Come through the long right-hander to get up to the line.
About his ERS deployment all used up.
Kelsey's will improve up to 5th, break into the 16s. It's a pretty solid lap from Kelsey's there.
A 1:16.9.
Let's see who else we can get.
Sorry, but have we missed Bass getting provisional pole?
I think we did.
Oh, well, sorry for that, Bass. So, the Aston Martin driver and Adri, those two have really been added this season together with Steinmeier.
So we might have missed Base getting the provisional pole, but we didn't miss it with Adri. Adri sitting at 1:16.34.
Yeah, these guys are really going at it now, but both will get a second attempt before the end of the session.
Yep. So getting down here into the last 5.5 minutes, I think we'll see a lot of drivers come in and settle down and get prepared for their final runs here at this track.
Another person on the shopper pole is there, who put in a purple sector 2.
Let's see if we can get on board here. And we'll see Jared take the pole. Wow. 16.0. That's a solid time.
That is a very good lap.
Yeah, Jared will be happy with that one.
Yeah. And I missed something here. Rusty Olcan, a tier 2 driver, is in this lobby as well.
Oh, Rusty, yeah. Yep.
With a 1:18.6. So there's a 2.6 second gap in speed, I'd say, from a very good tier 2 driver to, well, one of the best of the Premier. That's very interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really speaks for how tight the performance can be, too. Of course, this is a track with a shorter lap time. It looks like Rusty's going to bail on this lap. We were going to follow him around, but it seems he's decided to pull in, get fresh tires, and get ready for the next.
Yeah, but he should be able to improve on that lap time.
Alright, so we'll wait. I think everybody is going to start pouring into the pits now. I don't think we're going to see anybody else putting in any more fast laps for the moment. MST Sport deciding to stay out and go for another, despite having invalidated the previous. It looks like this one might be invalidated too, perhaps going a little too tight there in the last corner. So not exactly the strategy here for MST Sport. See who else is out on track.
Yeah.
Looks like Super Haman getting ready to start a lap. We'll see what they can do here. Coming into this turn, these first few turns here in the first sector, it's always tough because you want to try to keep your speed up as much as you can, but if you go a little too far, the track limits will get you.
Yeah, definitely. Especially on that first right-hander kink here, your right tire should be between the tarmac and the yellow bollard. So on those white and red curbs.
Yeah, you got to place the car just right, and it can mean tenths if you get it wrong. So, and if you manage to nick that curb, it'll really upset the car.
Yeah, especially if you hit it with your right rear back tire. Sorry, your right rear tire, because then your car could easily spin you around for those other two turns.
So Super Haman getting ready to come up to the line. They were 2 tenths down on their previous time. Let's see what they'll do here across the line. Make up 3 tenths. That's solid to get them up to third. Provisional.
Yeah.
Although I don't doubt that Base will have something to say about that. Let's see who else is coming across the line.
This question: how would you say that this racetrack is for the first lap?
So lap 1, we don't have a super duper long run down into turn 1, and it's quite wide. There's lots of runoff. I think the drivers will be able to keep it pretty clean through here, actually.
Yeah, it's no rush, but still, it's a hard corner. If you're in the back part, it's hard to say when your drivers around you will brake. So there could definitely be some carbon fiber flying around, I'd say.
Yeah. Yep. Some early pit stops.
Yeah, especially for that right because it's a 3-point turn. On the last one, it's really easy to regain a position and do a dive bomb.
Mm-hmm. Let's see who else we have on board. Looks like we'll see Doug Trio coming across the line here. Not gonna improve. Who else do we have? It looks like I think that's Kelsey's coming across. I don't think Kelsey's is gonna make an improvement there. Does not. Looks like Cher Shaft has dropped from the session. I guess drivers retiring now that we're here towards the end. Yeah. So let's see. We'll have the McLaren of IRL Fruitful coming across next. See if they'll be able to improve. It looks good. Yes, IRL Fruitful will move up just a little bit. Jared looking to secure the pole. Does not improve, but may not need to. We'll see who else we have. Is this... No, that's Super Haman diving into the pits. Who else do we have out? Let's see. Adri will not improve on this lap. So it looks like Jared is going to hold that pole position.
Good. Well done.
I don't see anybody else moving quickly.
Yeah. Just one thing that I want to say. MSC Sport has put in 3 laps on the medium. I think it's very weird, because if you are in 14th place, why not just take your soft and just try to improve by 2 tenths to get at least in 12? It will do the same thing for you.
Right.
That's the thing that can cost you points or not.
So, that will be Jer starting on the front row for this race. Taking a pole time of 1:16.04. Really quick time. Really quick time. Yeah, I'll bet you he's kicking himself. Would love to have tried to be the only driver down in the 15s, but I think pole will satisfy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see in the Premier chat on Discord, well, of course, Cal Rob is not too happy with the game. But yeah, a lot of people here are happy. Some are not happy though. I guess it should be. But yeah, I want to give credit to Jesper though. a tier 1 driver who's beating three guys from Premier.
Yeah, well done for Jesper.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so good for the league that a faster driver is in tier 1, but on another note, it's race to race.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
So we'll try to do a quick run through our top 10 here. We'll have Jer and Adra on the first row, Super Hamon and Base on the second. Sir Capilot and IRL Fruitful take the third row. Weird DV and Calces will occupy the fourth row, and rounding it out is Steinmine and Jesse Formula 1. That is your top 10. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break here. This allows drivers to take any last-minute comfort breaks they need. It's also going to allow them to set their strategies and work on that as a team. So we're also going to take a quick little 2-minute break. We will be back with you for Lights Out.
Huh.
All right. We are back with you. The drivers are getting ready to go. We got about 20 seconds here until we'll start the formation lap.
Yeah, and it's a perfect day in Portugal. Portimao, I'd say. Good weather.
Yeah, certainly. I believe we will have a full dry session. I haven't confirmed that. I don't know if you've checked the weather here.
And it's formation lap.
So, looking through our drivers as far as where they stand on the championship, because we are halfway through the season. So this is kind of the discussions that start to become important. Bass occupying in the fourth spot is actually leading the championship right now with 335 points. Following just closely behind is Steinmine, who actually finds themselves down in 9th place. So Steinmine's going to have a little bit of work to do to get caught up today, to try to make a little dent in that championship lead that Bass has. Looking a little bit farther back, Jer has 269 points, but does have the lead of the race today, so just a little unlucky from Jer as of late. Next is Adri, who we've seen is very quick, but is just struggling with the race with 213 points. And Callie Robb, who had that unfortunate incident in qualifying, puts him all the way down in the bottom with the exception of Jesse. So, certainly it looks like the race for the championship is kind of closing in here between Bass and Stein.
Oh.
It looks like we've had, a little incident here in the formation lap. Weird TV is no longer with us.
That's very odd, though. It's almost always with two drivers, not one.
Right.
And if you see here, there's a lot of kerfuffle about who wants to go and who wants to not, who doesn't at the second last corner.
Yeah, it always gets tight, especially when the cars are moving slow. The cars are not built to move slow, and neither are the drivers. They want to just go quickly, but sometimes you get one who decides to hold everybody up, and it throws people off. But it's all a mental game, you know.
Yes, I'll follow Calrob and Jesse from the back, see where they end up after lap 1, and you'll just, I guess, stick to the top 10.
Yep, I'll be watching the front. So I believe that's everybody on the grid. We are ready for lights out. I do have a last-minute weather report that Jeff is telling us the radar is totally clear. So, here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're away. Drivers coming down the straight here. We've got Jared and Adri filing in perfectly through turn 1. Looks like most drivers got through it clean. Oh, I see a spinner towards the back there. Was that Jesse or Stein? I think that's Jesse going for a little spin in the back.
It's Jesse. He had a large bomb in turn 1, and it looked like to work with MMC has been in front of him, and then I think Rusty pushed him. So yeah, that's where this spin came from. He'll have to work upwards from that.
Ooh, I think I just saw someone go sideways just as the camera switched over. It looks like Super Haman has had taken a little spin there and may have brought Bronco with him.
Remembers me of Hungary, where once again Super Haman, he looked like he was setting up for a really good race with a good quality time, but then ended up spinning. So let's hope that story does not beat it as he retires. Okay, I should not talk.
Tough luck for Super Haman. Not having a great introduction to the league.
Yeah, but there's no safety car. Only a yellow 53, so I'm not sure what happened. But here though, Doug Trail on Jesper. Clean.
See if we can get back to catch that. Yeah, the mid-pack race here, really tight.
Oh, Calrob and Jesper beside each other.
Let's see, going into the hairpin. Sheriff Shaft on those soft tires, going to have the traction to get out of there. Jesper's going to fight back, though. Jesper smartly kind of pulls out that. Sheriff Shaft and Jesper, actually, both Tier 1 drivers battling it out here in Premier.
Yeah, we'll see, though, if the medium strategy will hold up in the long run.
Yeah, we'll have to see how well those medium tires do. I've had reasonable luck with them in some practice race runs, so we'll see just how they hold up here.
Okay, so about tires, what would you say is the tire strategy?
I honestly think it could be a two-stopper today. You know, the hard tires, they certainly do last, but I just feel like I'm skating on ice with the hard tire here. I'm just not comfortable on those tires at all, so I would say it's definitely a two-stop.
Yeah, okay. It's now a large fight for 10th place.
Yeah, all the cars running really close here.
But Doug Chair is on hards. Getting MST.
Interesting strategy choice there.
Yeah, but still, Doug Trio has earned one position, though. Someone who's earned the most positions, that's Cali Rob. And it was Sheriff Shaft, he has now been overtaken by Jesper.
Right. Yeah, Cali Rob not happy about that. Not happy about the way the game treated him. I would say it wasn't his fault at all. Just got a little loose in the game. Decided to throw him across the grass. So, yeah, really unfair treatment for Cali Rob there. But he's not going to let that stop him. He's going to push through, and he's already, like you said, already made up 6 positions. So, might if the opportunity presents itself, might see if his stand-in Alpine teammate will let him have one more.
Yeah, one thing here about strategy is safety cars. Because on the most tracks, especially one track like Hungary, we were last week, it's a lot of safety cars there. But here, there's like 1 or 2 positions where you can actually crash and retire your car.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of runoff, a lot of grass here. I honestly think, you almost have a better chance of having a retirement the same way that Cali Rob did, where you spin backwards and the game thinks you're trying to go the wrong way. So, as opposed to hitting a wall. There are some walls here, especially through, turn 3 or 4? Yeah, 4, the left-hander. You come up over that hill, and if you get a little loose, you could put it in the wall there, but...
Other than that, you basically only spin, and your tracks are dead.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of what makes Portimao such a great track, is that it doesn't need walls to keep the drivers on track here. Just the way the track is laid out, if you go off course, you're going to pay for it for sure. I guess there's a few exceptions, like getting here into the 3rd sector. You can run a little wide with no consequence, and same for the 1st sector, but for the most of the track, if you have issues with track limits, you won't need a penalty. The game will certainly, or not the game, the track itself will punish you for it.
Yeah, it's another thing here though that, so if you spin in the early parts of the race, you're gonna have a very long and boring race because a safety car is not too likely.
No, not with such an open track. I've hopped on board with Steinmine here, tracking down Jesse Formula 1 and Kelsey's. Tough fight for 7th place here. That's the other thing about Portimao. There's probably some good opportunities to race side by side with somebody, but there's not really a whole lot of great overtaking opportunities. You have the front stretch and going into those braking zones, which are okay, but other than that, it's kind of difficult to set up an overtake here.
I have Fruitful on Sir Capla for 4th now. That's special.
Oh yeah, I see him going down right here onto the front stretch.
It looks like it's going to be an easy one. Way more ERS, and the DRS here is just way too powerful.
Yep, clears that Williams with no issues. Gets it slowed down into the corner, move done. Great job by IRL Fruitful. Gonna help push McLaren farther up in the team's championship here, the Constructors' Championship. McLaren leading with 519 points. So looking good for them so far.
Yeah, it looked like Weird TV also wanted some of that Williams, but Sir Capla got DRS from Fruitful.
Yeah, so we're on board with Weird TV now. Keeping it awfully close. Almost looked like a little bit of contact there, but I think avoided it. So it looks like a little bit farther back. Ooh, MST Sport has spun and either reset to track, or maybe the game reset for him. That'll have to have some investigation by the stewards, as resetting the track is not allowed here in PRL. So we'll have to see what happened there. We'll hop on board. Let's get back on board with Cali Rob, actually. Cali Rob is hunting down, he's gotten around Share Shaft, now he's hunting down Jesper. Cali Rob, he's hungry. Cali Rob wants those positions that were taken from him in qualifying.
Definitely. But I don't think that Jesper's let him by. But the question is, because that's hards versus mediums for Dutcher. So when will the hards be the better tire?
That's a good question. I would say by now the hards have probably warmed up and they're kind of going to start to rubber into the track. So right now might be the best that the hards are going to be.
Yeah, but I think that the mediums are currently the best tire, because it's about now that the softs are going to feel a lack of pace.
Right. No, I would agree with you that the medium is the best tire. I'm just saying that right now the hard is as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
So the hard is at its peak performance right now. So we'll see if Doug Trio can capitalize on that and can hold Jesper and Cali Rob back.
Adrian's now getting super close to JR.
Yeah, I've kept an eye on the gap between the two. It's held at about a half second since the start of the race. Let's get up here with our leaders now.
That's weird. TV does say sketchy overtake on Sir Capelot as well.
Sketchy or not, Weird got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adrian and Jared just kind of keeping it together. It could be a tactical move here by Adrian and just kind of letting Jared push on ahead, and Jared can maybe save some of his ERS. Sorry, Adrian can save ERS, holding about 90% right now. Jared also holding about 80, so still pretty close.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, it's not Jared who's destroying his tires. It's Adrian who's killing those tires, being behind, especially in the last quarter here. Phillies have so much less downforce.
This is true, very true.
So I think that Adrian will want to make the move right about here. So he lets off the ERS. He could have done it here, if not.
Yeah, just not quite close enough. I've moved back a little bit to catch up with IRL Fruitful and Base. Be interesting to see who can hold here. Actually, it looks like there's a little bit of action farther back here with Jesse and Steinmine going side by side. Looks like Jesse's won that one out, but will Steinmine try to fight back? I'm sure he will.
Simon has only 10% ERS though.
This is true. Gets a much better exit than Jesse though, and using what little ERS they got left.
Yeah, he really wants that overtake to be done with.
Certainly does. Don't know if it's going to happen here though. Might have to be patient for the next go around.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if Steinman can't get it done on in the corners, I mean, Jesse has way more ERS and the DRS help from Kelsey, so that'll be a tough overtake for the Dutch.
This is true. We'll see Steinmine kind of fall into the slipstream here, using just a little bit of that ERS to help get him out of the corner. Looks like they're going to be a little too far behind to get something done here. Let's get back with Cali Rob, who has plenty of ERS to get around Jesper. Cali Rob making it happen, getting the move done on Jesper. Let's take a quick look with that at our heroes and zeros for the day. So definitely Cali Rob is uncontested for the hero of the day, up 8 positions so far. So great recovery drive from Cali Rob. In terms of the zeros, I think we're looking at MST, Bronco, and Super Haman. Super Haman just having a really tough middle sector on the first lap. Had some issues, had to retire the car. And MST Sport and Bronco, I know MST took a spin. I think Bronco may have gotten pulled back with Super Haman. So just an unlucky race from those drivers today.
Yeah.
But Cali Rob certainly giving us one to watch.
Yeah. When would you say that the guys are going to pit? I'm not sure.
That's a good question. The soft tires, they will shed some of their pace, but they don't really cliff off per se. It's not a very sharp cliff, so I'd say they'll probably continue to stay on these tires as long as they can, just to try to negate any advantage that the medium tire runners are going to have for staying out a little bit longer. So, Cali Rob starting to close in on Doug Trio, looking to get that 10th position. Don't think he's going to get it on this one. but probably going to save up some of that ERS and try to make something happen on the next move. Let's jump forward just a little bit to Steinmine and Jesse. Steinmine's still struggling with the amount of ERS they have, sitting at around 25%. Going to be looking to make a move on Jesse when they can, but right now that move just hasn't really materialized. Meanwhile, Kelsey's up in the front of this little trio, kind of just hanging out. Hasn't really had a challenge from Jesse, but certainly they're all close.
Yeah, I'm really impressed currently by Jasper and especially Rusty. They may not look too quick on the quality laps, but here they're really showing it in the long run.
Yeah, they're definitely holding their own, moving up 1 or 2 tiers.
Yeah, I mean, by now, I thought that Rusty was going to be like 36 behind the last one. No, he's only 5 seconds behind, so he's really showing pace here.
So I've hopped on board with Jesse here. Jesse's got the DRS. He's got just a little bit of ERS. He's going to go up the inside of Kelsey's. Is this going to be the move done? It's close. Gets a terrible exit. Kelsey's going to take advantage of that and pull away to hold on to 7th place. But a good effort from Jesse for sure. Now Steinmine going to be looking to capitalize on Jesse's poor exit. We'll go down one hill and up another. These guys really keeping it close, keeping a very interesting battle here for us. So it looks like Adri is diving into the pits. Yep, and Base decides to follow. Now let's see what these 3 guys here will do. All 3 dive. Oh! Jesus. Steinmine decided not. Steinmine said, I'll stay out. I'll take the overcut, thank you very much. So we'll see if that pays off. Now what are these guys pitting for? It looks like medium tires. For Adri and Base, what will Kelsey's and Jesse take? I would assume mediums as well.
Where will Adri end up? Oh, he'll end up right behind Matty Player. That's not too good. No,
unfortunately, a little too close there. Going to certainly be suffering some of the disadvantages of the dirty air here, especially going through this next section. So now it's on Jer. Jer having a 3-second penalty. I don't think that'll get served in the pits, but looks like Adrian making the move.
Yeah, skillfully done.
Yes, well done, and a good time to do it too, because he hadn't suffered too much from that. Hadn't suffered too badly from that dirty air yet, but he would have through this section.
Yeah, definitely. And now Steinmine gets his first 3-second penalty. As Jesse also does it. And now Jay pits them. Where will he end up?
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Where it stays out.
Looks like Sir Capelot picking up a penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Jer has the fresh tires. Jer's going to start heading off towards the front. Adri's coming down on the front straight now.
That's horrible for Jer.
Yeah, I think Jer's going to hold it, though. It's going to be close. Adri wants the inside. Just can't make it happen. Jer's holding him.
Nope.
Adri will take the inside, though.
Yeah,
and that's it. Move done. Well done, Adri.
Yeah, but Jer will want to regain here. Call it to it.
Showing the power of the undercut.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, Jer had to wait for 5 seconds. I think that that undercut was pretty poor. To be honest, if we had Jer with 5 seconds less time, you'd be way up.
Well, Jer still has a penalty flag by the name. Did Jer have to serve? I didn't see him actually serve a penalty.
Yeah, if not, if not, then that was a good undercut by Adri.
Yeah, I don't think Jer had to serve his penalty because it was a 3-second for track limits. I think generally those aren't served under the pits. It's usually the 5 seconds that are.
Yeah.
Jared's teammate Fruitful picking up a penalty though for speeding into the pit lane, so unfortunate there.
But now, I mean, Jared will have 1 lap more fresher tires through the whole race.
Yeah, this is true. This is true, and considering how long those guys took the soft tires, they'll probably be able to make these mediums last the rest of the race.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to take a quick moment to point out that in terms of track position, Cali Robb has now moved up to first position. Now, he has to take a pit stop, won't hold first position, but Cali Robb has stormed back up to the front of the grid from that mishap in qualifying, so well done to Cali Robb.
Yeah, that's 19 positions up, right? Or 18?
Up from 19th, I believe.
Yeah, so it's 18 plus. Okay.
I'm not sure where he'll file in after the pit stop. Probably somewhere around Share Shaft. Probably maybe just ahead. If he pits, Cali Robb's going to stay out. Cali Robb's going to keep going. Still got a lot of life left in those medium tires.
Yeah, and now, well, almost now, the race is half done.
Let's see. Let's get on board here. It looks like Maddie and Jesse are going to give us something to watch here coming up to the first DRS straight. Doesn't have enough here. MST Sport's just behind the two, though. MST Sport on the hard tires. Now, they started on that tire, correct?
Sorry, repeat that?
MST Sport started on the hard tire? I think they have.
Yes.
So...
Yes, they have.
Probably, he's holding close right now behind Maddie and Jesse, but that's probably not going to last. Well, I don't know. No, the medium tires are not fresh for Jesse and Maddie, so it could pay off for MST to get around them. But even quicker than the three of those is IFR Fruitful.
Yeah, fresh mediums are definitely the way to go here.
Yeah, I would think so. I'd agree with you.
But MSC's way too close. IFR won't be able to make a move here. Oh, it's a retirement.
Oh yeah, I see it right down there in the hairpin. I think we'll be coming up to it if we stay on board with IFR. Boy, all kinds of action. Ooh, MST Sports sideways. Got into Matty Player a little bit there. Jesse Formula 1 pulling off the side of the track.
Yeah, that was a self-made. He did not crash there. Left side. Because the car rolled to the other side.
Gotcha. IFR Fruitful making up a lot of positions here then. The two drivers suspended off to the side, and as well as getting the advantage on Matty Player with those worn mediums. Now going to be looking to hunt down Jesse. A lot of action happening here in the last few minutes.
MSC Sport on Weird TV. Like a bombshell.
Yeah, they're still tussling coming up the corner. Ooh, MST's going to get a little loose here. Runs a little long. He will have the inside, though, coming up. Can he make it work? I think he will on this go-around. Weird TV actually switching back to the inside. Getting the switch back on MST Sport and making MST Sport pay for it, too.
This is racing, and he pits. Classic.
Yeah. Came in, probably had a little bit of wing damage from that spin. I think got into the back of Maddie.
Yeah, we'll see.
Did not help.
Yes, it looks... No, he won't chase the wing.
Nope, just wants some faster tires, it seems.
Yeah, and that's the mediums.
So let's catch up with the front here. Jer and Adria have switched positions now. So Jer has retaken the lead. However, having those penalties, 3 seconds worth of penalties, Jer's got to try to gap Adria a little bit here. And I don't know if Adria's going to let that happen.
Oh. Looks like Sandman just overtook for 13. Got a bit heated, but it checked out.
Adri setting the fastest Sector 2 time of the race so far. Got a little loose there.
On the battle for 8th, that's a... For 7th, I mean, that's a trail of cars right there.
Big train starting back here with Maddie. Maddie's got a good view of it. Let's see if Weird TV can... Oops, wrong way. Let's see if Weird TV can make it happen on Jesse. He's going to have not very much ERS, but Jesse's charging as well.
Yeah, but neither does Jesse here. No, doesn't do it. Bass, though. Very close.
Close one for Bass. Yeah, we're on board with Bass, actually looking backwards here. Weird TV coming up the inside.
That's what I'm talking about. It's an unexpectedly good overtaking spot. As Sheriff has now spun.
Ooh. Yeah, 18 laps on those soft tires. I can understand the spin for sure. They just cannot stretch that far on this track.
Yeah, I just wonder why. Why take the shortest tire for the longest stint?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that one, actually.
They're taking the mediums 4 laps ago.
Could just be maybe putting in some kind of a practice for his actual tiers race coming up soon.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just an experiment.
By now. This might be a more fun open lobby for... Well, sorry, not open lobby, but a more fun strategy test.
Right. Yep, running it up against the big boys and see how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're back on board with Adri here, still keeping it close with Jer. Feels like these two are just ones that we check in on every once in a while. They'll be coming up here on Cali Rob soon.
Yeah. Both Noah's now going in. It's really excited to see where he ends up. This pit... Oh. Never mind. He'll end up in no contention.
Sheriff Shaft finally coming into the pits, picking up a little penalty there. So Cali Rob's gone 19 laps on those tires. Doug Trio's gone 19 on the hard tires. I would think that Doug Trio wouldn't want to stay on those hards too much longer. I don't know if maybe he would hold them for the next 5 laps or so and maybe try to just finish the race on softs. On really fresh softs. Yeah, Cali Rob diving in.
Where will he end up?
I don't know. It looks like there might be a gap for him between...
I'll say around Steinmine.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out maybe just behind Steinmine and Kelsey's. Yeah, but there's a big gap there for him to get into.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if a 6 car doesn't come around in the coming laps, I think that MST Sport is going to have a very boring race unless Mad Player starts kicking in as we now have another spin.
And a virtual safety car.
Yeah, Sheriff Shaft spun, and the stewards felt that was not too safe.
So Sheriff Shaft actually splitting Adri and Jer. Looks like the game's threatening penalties. Neither driver really sure where to go.
Oh.
Jer picking up a penalty for ignoring the yellow flags. That is probably from passing Sheriff Shaft right after he spun. So I'm sure that'll be contended.
Yeah, and now Doug Trio will pit.
Yeah, this is a great time for Doug Trio to get in the pits.
Where will he end up, though? I think it's around 10 seconds, perhaps.
Doug Trio will probably be able to exit in between the 2 Mercedes, maybe.
Oh, Sheriff Shaft is having a terrible time.
Yeah. Just not his race, but fortunately it's not his competitive tier. Ooh, Jer stopping really hard just before the end of the VSC. Almost had contractors Adri.
It's the opposite of what you want to do. You have to speed up at the end. It's hard to do.
Yeah, I think Jared was about to get a Delta penalty and wanted to hold back. Now Adri's up on the inside. Going to be pushing Jared. Really wants Jared to make a mistake here.
Yeah, it gets on the yellow so-called banana curb, or the bollard. That's not where you want to be in an overtaking position.
Adrian and Jared are definitely no strangers. As some of the fastest drivers in Premier, they tend to be butting heads quite a bit. So they've certainly formed a little rivalry, which has only gotten more heated here in this race.
Yeah. Just one thing though, I mean, Jair has 50% more ERS than Adri, so Jair will have a pretty good time defending here, I believe.
Right, but with the track limits penalties, Jair doesn't need to just defend from Adri. He needs to gap a little bit.
8 seconds he needs to gap. That's a lot.
Yeah, the 5 seconds he'll probably try to get removed. I'm sure that had to do with passing Sheriff Shaft under the yellow. I'm not sure how the stewards will view that. They'll have to take a look at the video evidence there, but I think Jared's going to try to get that removed. So he's probably not thinking too much about that 5 second penalty. He wants to overcome that 3.
Yeah, and that's 2.4 seconds that needs to gap from here.
Yep. Got 10 laps to do it, and they're on about the same tires, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Let's get on board here with Kelsey.
Another penalty. Jesse has 15 seconds of penalties. That's
wow.
Impressive.
Yeah, the track limits on this track can be pretty tough on drivers, so unfortunate, but they do all play by the same rules. So Kelsey's picking up a penalty. We were on board with him there. He knew it happened, just went over the edge of the track a little bit. Sometimes if you return to the track very gently, it won't fuss at you, but unfortunately it didn't play out for Kelsey's.
Yeah.
So Doug Trio and Callie Robb running on those soft tires now, starting to set the best lap times. The safety car really paid off for Doug Trio. Had about a 1 second gap on Callie Robb before the pit stops. Now has a 3 second and a car in between the two of them. So lucky for Doug Trio.
Yeah.
Doug Trio actually starting to close in on Steinmein now. Steinmein running on those slightly older medium tires.
Calrob is now really pushing all those brand new softs. He has the fast lap and has now set a new purple sector 2.
Yeah, Callie Robb looking to capitalize on the fresh tires. We'll see. Looks like Doug Trio is going to come from way back on Steinmein. Make the move, though. That's what those soft tires will do for you.
Yeah, they also give you a penalty, unfortunately for him.
Yep.
Just crossing the outer curve there slightly.
Yeah, may end up having to give that one back.
No, I doubt that. But he'll have to speed up.
Actually, no, you're correct. Doug Trio and Steinmein have the same amount of penalties, so they will, relative to each other, they will hold position. So. Closing in towards the end of the race now. We've got 8 laps remaining, so we're in the final quarter of the race here. Jer not really adding much of the gap to Adri, unfortunately for Jer. Looks like Adri actually getting really close to Jer. See if we can jump up to the front there. They're tussling through the first sector now. I'm sure would love to get the move done on track, but Adri really needs to just watch out, pay attention, and make sure to not pick up any track limits penalties. That could definitely secure the move against Jer.
I'll go see the race director, see about that, Adri.
Yeah, let's find out how many warnings Adri has.
Yeah, one.
Just one warning, so Adri's doing quite well.
I'm not done yet. Just
apologies.
No. Let's see. One. Wow.
So well done from Adri.
Oh, sorry, two. He has two.
Two, okay.
So he either needs to overtake or to be very gentle.
Right. I'm on board here with Callie Robb, looking to make a move on Kelsey's. Callie Robb also with no penalties currently in the running.
Yeah,
it looks like there's an incident up ahead. Maybe somebody going off track. It looks like Steinmine or Weird TV, one of the two may have had a little excursion there. Both of them about to be victims to Callie Robb. Callie Robb on super fresh softs. Well, they're not super fresh. Fresh softs. Weird TV and Steinmine on older mediums. Ooh, Callie Robb getting into Weird TV just a little bit. Let's see if there's any damage there. I don't see anything. So Callie Robb might be escaping from that one.
Yeah, I doubt there's any damage from that little impact.
So coming down to the straight here, Callie Robb is super duper quick on the straights. Those tires, the tires and the DRS really making the difference. He does have some ERS here. We'll see just how much he uses. He's going to decide to hang on to it for now. Going to try to do it with DRS alone. I don't think it's going to be enough. Callie Robb will have to be patient for that one. These three currently the closest on-track battle, so...
Callie Robb trying it again. Nope. Just taking his head out.
I think he wanted the late braking move, but just wasn't going to be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
So how will this shape up the championship? Adri and Jer, neither one is super duper competitive. They are in the top 5 of the championship, but still lacking quite a bit of points behind Bass and Stein, who are currently leading by a pretty decent gap. So Bass just ahead of Stein in the championship, also just ahead on the track. So it looks like they'll be holding station, but I think Steinmine's going to be hungry to try to take that championship away. So we'll be tuned in to watch for this one.
Oh, he retires in the pits.
Ah, okay. Sheriff Shaft said he's had enough. Wants out.
Yeah, has been the best of drivers. Well, then Russell can still, though, only 23 seconds behind off 29 laps. Let's see if we go for the leader, though. That's 1 minute and 14 seconds. That's not bad. Let's see if Jared and Adrian can lap him before the end of this race.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one to watch. I don't know. It'll be close, for sure.
Rusty has, I'd say, slower tires.
Oh, in the meantime, a little bit farther back, Weird TV making a mistake there and losing a position to Steinmine. Looks like Cali Rob wants to take advantage as well, and he will. So now Cali Rob going to chase down Steinmine, going for the inside late braking move on the hairpin. Just can't quite get it done. Cali Rob still got three laps to pull it in. It might be a silly question, but do you have a leader for driver of the day at this race? I certainly know who I've got.
Oh, let me guess. Cali Rob.
I think it has to be Cali Rob. I mean, coming from the back after the qualifying incident and still looking for positions, I just don't think it gets any better than that.
I'd say that. I'll see that at the end of the race. Anything can happen, but currently, I don't know. Probably say. I'm not sure actually. But now we have some spins.
Looks like Weird TV has spun off on the inside and spins again.
Yeah,
Weird TV's struggling.
Those tires are shot.
Yeah, I had a scary incident there. I almost backed out right into the path of MST Sport. Weird TV going to speed into the pit lane. I think Weird TV's done.
I also think that Rusty had a spin. Seeing as he has now been lapped. Yeah, looks like Weird TV isn't having any of it here today.
Yep, has decided he is done with this one.
If you look at the fastest lap, we can also see that. Okay, well, I was going to say that Jair and Adri had exactly the same fastest lap, and now what I was going to say that Adri has just put in a new fastest lap for himself.
Okay.
But Jair and Adri had exactly the same times.
Just goes to show how closely matched the two of them are.
Yeah, but I really feel like Adrian has now started to put even more pressure upon Jair.
Yeah, I mean, Adri's got nothing to worry about. Just finish out these last couple of laps and take it through the penalty. I'm sure as fast as Adri is probably a very proud driver and would rather take it on the track, but you know, he's
probably too complacent, really. He's just to get those points.
Right. Speaking of points, it looks like Base is trying to get past IFR Fruitful for the podium spot. Again, with penalties, I think Base would have it either way. But never hurts to push. You don't know what penalties are going to be removed by the stewards. So we'll see here. I think Base probably a little too far behind for the to get it done on the front straight here.
Oh, he can do it.
You think? Yeah, he's a little low on ERS.
Yes, that's true. But he wants to. He can commit here.
He's gonna go for it on the inside. Backs out at just the last second. Wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, it's a scary place to overtake there. You're sandwiched between a papaya car and a yellow border. It's hard.
Yep. Yeah, definitely don't want to be on that curb. That's for sure. That's one of the ones that'll throw you.
Yeah. Now Adri has actually backed off. Gone from 4 to 8 tenths.
Yeah, Adri deciding it just wasn't going to happen on this one, so he'll sit back and he'll cruise to it from the penalties.
Yeah, it's the smart thing.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm on board with Base. I think he's going to extend his championship lead here. Going to have a couple positions over Steinmine, plus being on the podium. Just consistency there. That's what it'll be. Adri setting the fastest lap across the line, just for the sake of doing it.
And wins the first Portuguese Grand Prix of the of PRL, both for this week and for, well, history.
Right. Well done. Callie Robb coming in says, no thanks, I'll take the fastest lap.
Oh.
Taking that away from Adri right there at the end. What a great drive from Callie Robb, from 19th to 5th.
Yeah. Caplot finishing round. But Jesper rounding up. He was the best driver from another tier, so I'm not sure. I think I'll have to give it to Jesper. Actually, my driver of the day.
Okay. Alright, I can respect that. So, Adri, our winner here today, going to be joined on the podium by Jer and Base. Callie Robb getting the driver of the day from the remaining fans, but they don't know that Jesper's a reserve up, so fair enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. But if not, of course, I'd probably say Callie Robb.
Sure.
It would be interesting to see where he would end up if it wasn't for that very unfortunate disqualification.
Yeah, Callie Robb, certainly a really quick driver and has quite a deficit in the championship currently, but definitely deserves to be up there, I think. So our podium there, Adri, J, and Base, followed up by IFR Fruitful, Callie Robb, Doug Trio, Steinmine, Kelsey's, Jesper, and MST Sport to round out the top 10. Great race today. Really entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
So, looking forward to running it again later. Both of us in the AlphaTauris, a few hours out from now in the Tier 2 race. So, with that, we'll be signing off. I will be right back with everyone here for Tier 1 in just a handful of minutes. So, be sure to check back in, and we will take you around Portimao for the second time. This has been TAC Delta and Rally.
Yeah, and, sorry.
Rally's is focused on his race. Didn't want to disturb him. So we will see you guys next time.